Hopefully you got to hear that beautiful rendition of the national anthem by Eureka College freshman Emma Paul. Had the mics up for you because that is a performance you don't want to miss. Certainly an electrifying anthem here as the gym starts to fill up. It's an exciting contest here. Like we mentioned, one everyone has circled on the calendar as we get into the starting lineups for first the visiting Greenville Panthers. Number 0, a senior 6'6" forward, Keyshawn Young-Jones. A sophomore guard staying at 6'5", number 11, Marvin Bateman. A 6' senior guard, number 12, Isaiah Price. Number 23, the senior guard, Josias Parker. And rounding it out for the Greenville Panthers, a 6'2" senior guard, Rakeem Moore. This Greenville lineup, we announce a starting 5 here, but don't expect to see them on the floor for long because, like we mentioned, this team will play in shifts. You will see them running 5 guys on the floor, 5 guys off the floor, and it is certainly an exciting one to watch. The high-intensity matchup as the lights go off and the Red Devil starting lineups are announced. For the Red Devils, nothing new here as this is the starting 5 they have ridden with all season. A very talented group, a very talented local group here. At forward, a 6'4" junior from Pekin, Illinois, number 11, Austin Juergens. The high flyer, the junior guard, standing at 6'3" out of Peoria, Illinois, number 12, Dakota Bennington. The big man down low, one of the most athletic big men to come through Eureka College at 6'4", the senior out of Washington, Illinois, Alex Wiegand. Talked about his sharp shooting capabilities, the senior guard out of Peoria, Illinois, standing at 5'8", Hank Thomas. And rounding it out for the Red Devils, the athletic junior forward out of Metamora, Illinois, number 30, Jordan Dame. This team, again, with their backs against the wall, needing to win out from this point on, as they are still holding on their hopes of making the conference tournament. This team, just too much talent, really, to not make a run at it. And we've seen it all season. They can come out and they can put it on opponents from start to finish. This Greenville game is going to be a big test for them as this squad gets ready to the floor. The 20 minutes are on the clock for the first half, and we get ready for some Red Devil basketball. Stepping into the center circle for the Red Devils will be senior Alex Wiegand, jumping against Keyshawn Young-Jones. The officials get everything settled here as we get ready to start this exciting, high-scoring contest. I don't know about you, Kyle. If I were a gambling man, I would take the over in this one, as this looks to be a shootout.
Absolutely. Like I mentioned, putting up 200 on Fombon, that's no easy task in a 40-minute game.
So looks like they're trying to get things all settled at the scores table and on both benches before we tip off this contest. We look to see out of the break. You will see immediately what we are talking about when we talk about the system. Regardless of who gets the ball, you'll see traps defensively from Greenville. You'll see the full court pressure. You'll see the three-point shots, and a lot of excitement here as the opening tip is controlled by the Red Devils. You can see already a trap before he can get to half court as Jordan Dame will bring this one across the timeline. He works it down low to Bennington. The spin move up, lays that one in for 2. Bennington with the quick start. And here you see Greenville off and running as they drive right to the basket. And they answer quickly with Young-Jones on the low block. All tied up at 2 as that long pass will go up top. Wiegand, as he fights through a lot of pressure. And they will say he lost possession there. Looks like he got away with the travel. But Alex Wiegand lays that one in, giving the Red Devils back the advantage as that quick three-point attempt, no good, rebounded by Wiegand. Red Devils looking to push this one up across the floor to Juergens. Juergens kisses that one off the glass, puts that in for 2. 6-2 Eureka here under a minute into the contest.
Got to be honest with you, Thomas. I don't think I'm going to have time to say anything this game. Too much action.
As right there, a missed 3 leads to a block shot from Wiegand. Throws out a dangerous pass over the top to Jordan Dame, and that will go out of bounds. A turnover by the Red Devils. Kyle, we talked about it. I don't know if you knew exactly what you were getting into in this one. You see 1 minute off the clock, 5 new bodies on the floor for Greenville. So they like to keep the legs fresh. Almost at every stoppage, you will see a fresh starting 5.
Yeah, definitely not something you see every day. Not a lot of teams do this.
It's a new 5 in the contest for Greenville. This one will be inbounded by Jahari Dix. Gets the ball up top, and the quick pull there from 3. Knocks that one down. It's number 4, Eric Williams. A lot of contact there as he fell to the ground, but no call, and that 3-point attempt cuts it down to a 1-point lead for Eureka as Bennington stops and pops from the lane. No good. Tipped around. He gets it back. Drives in traffic. Fighting around for that one. It will be eventually corralled by Barry Nixon. Now Nixon drives. He kicks it out to the corner. Wide open. That 3-point attempt. No good for Greenville. That one tipped around and rebounded by Williams. And now a 3-5 Barry Nixon. They get the second chance opportunity, and they make Eureka pay as Greenville has taken their first lead of the contest. So they're now up 8-6. And Dakota Bennington was wide open, but Hank Thomas just barely missed him, just didn't have enough time to get that one off. The ball's rattling around on the floor. Hank Thomas puts up the floater over the hand of Swade Edwards. And looking for the quick trigger here. Dix kicks that one out. That 3-point attempt rattles around, no good. Rebounded by Bennington. All tied up at 8, just over 2 minutes in the first quarter. Talk about all the action here, Kyle. An 8-8 game, we're just 2 minutes into it, and it seems like this game has been playing for close to 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we got another hockey line change here, only 2 minutes into the game.
As you see, every minute there will be a new 5 checking into the contest as was fouled there, trying to bring the ball up the floor. You see the aggressive style of play, flying around, trapping, putting up a ton of shots. So they get it to Juergens, and Juergens will be trapped. They get it right back to Dame. Dame dribbles through in the corner. Thomas forced to pull that one out. They swing it to Juergens. They go cross court to Thomas. Once again, Thomas trying to drive baseline. Forced to put that one up. Tries to pass to Juergens, but he will be fouled by number 23, Josias Parker. Hank Thomas will look to inbound this one. They lob it up to Bennington. I don't think for it, but he comes down with it. They get it back to Thomas in the far corner. Knocks down that 3. Puts the Red Devils in double digits, up 11-8. Coming down, looking to answer quickly here for the Greenville Panthers. Couple dribble moves. Juergens well defended on that one as they force the missed shot and the rebound here as Jordan Dame looks to bring it up across half court. He's trapped near half court. That one's stripped away there by Josias Parker. Goes behind the back, but stolen by Alex Wiegand. Great job getting back defensively. 2-on-2 break here for the Red Devils. Juergens steps back, puts up the jumper, no good. Tipped around and corralled by Bennington. Ball is loose, but Juergens comes down with it. Looking to reset here as that cross-court pass tipped out of bounds and off of the fingertips of Hank Thomas. There'll be a turnover for the Red Devils. These cross-court passes just get dangerous here against this Greenville team because they are flying, trying to jump everything. They don't care if they get beaten. They are trying to come for the steal. As right there, the dump off. Bennington hangs in the air and sends that one back. It's a roll out of bounds. The big physical body of Cody Badger at 6'4", 215 goes up, and Bennington sends him back out of bounds.
Yeah, I love watching Bennington. His athleticism is just absolutely ridiculous.
He was just hanging in the air right there, took some contact, and then puts that one back as Hank Thomas comes up with a strip as Badger was trying to drive baseline. Dame forced to pick up the dribble as a new 5 comes to the scores table, and right here, loose ball stolen away by Rakeem Murphy. They pass that one wide open on the baseline. They kick that one out, pass up on the layup for the 3-point attempt. Long, no good. Long rebound by Badger as he throws it off of Juergens. They will say he was out of bounds. The ball will go back to the Red Devils. So now we see the first substitute of the game for the Red Devils as Jalen Jose will check in for Austin Juergens.
Yeah, early on here, Greenville is not shooting that well. It's a scary thought to think of what this team could be like when they're shooting at a high percentage with how often they get shots up.
Yeah, this game for the Red Devils, you have to have ball handlers on the floor. You have to have shooters. Fortunately for them, they have a lot of talented guards as Bennington hangs and throws that one deep to Wiegand. And Wiegand will be fouled and head to the free throw line. He's fouled right there by Jahari Dix. But Bennington able to jump up high, get that pass, and before he hits the ground, throw that one to Wiegand as that's all the time he had with the Greenville Panthers flying back on defense. So you can see here, the Red Devils not even putting anybody on the lane for the free throw attempts, as they do not want to get beaten back, as they know Greenville will make them pay, as Wiegand knocks down the first free throw attempt, giving the Red Devils a 4-point lead. Wiegand will knock down the pair, gets the roll right here, as now Kyle Henderson will check into the game for Alex Wiegand, as the Red Devils have their largest lead of the contest, up by 5, 13-8 with 16:23 and ticking.
You can tell the Greenville effect here on Eureka. Usually, Coach Wilde sticks with the main 5 guys for 10 minutes of the first half, and you see here less than 4 minutes, and he's already getting subs in.
Certainly have to keep guys fresh. You can't ride the same 5 for the entire contest. But these guys, you see the conditioning here, as these guys are playing very well, very quickly paced, answering the task of playing Greenville as they get the ball up to Jalen Jose. He splits the pressure, finds Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas thinks about it. We'll pull it out, give it back to Jose.
Early on here, it seems like Eureka's doing a great job keeping composure under this very highly intense Greenville defense.
It's a great cross-course pass there to Hank Thomas. Bennington hangs in the air, no good, rebounded by Barry Nixon. Now Nixon will try to go coast to coast. He'll step back, free throw line jumper up, no good, rebounded there high off the backboard by Eric Williams. They kick that one out. Contreras will knock down the 3 just into the contest off a fresh line change for Greenville. Now they break the press once again. Bennington tries to go to the basket. A lot of contact there, catches his own rebound in the air, hangs and knocks that one down, lays it in for 2, 15-11 Eureka. Jahari Dix guarded by Jalen Jose. As that pass almost over and back, able to throw that one back across the timeline. Contreras will pull up another deep 3 from Contreras, knocking down 2 quick ones off the bench. 15-14 here as we are 5 minutes into the contest, and that one tipped out of bounds by Jahari Dix. Looked like he may have gotten a piece of the arm. Fortunately, though, for Greenville, no foul call, as the Red Devils will take it out from the near sideline. To the new 5, and you see these 5 players from Greenville coming to the bench. They were just in the game for a minute, and you can tell they are gassed. Just the pace of play, the level of intensity, the conditioning it takes to play in the system is incredible.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to just say, Thomas. You have to have an incredible amount of stamina to stay in these games.
As Bennington will sky there, throw that one down with authority as he drives baseline. The defender got out of the way, avoids putting himself on a poster. As now the intensity here, you see everyone's fired up. Greenville with the miss there. Bennington tries to swat that one out. And now Young Jones puts up that 3-point attempt and knocks that one down. As now you see a body hits the floor after the 3-point attempt, and there is a foul. I believe they said it was on Austin Juergens, but Juergens was not on the floor. They call that one actually a delay of game on Greenville. They will make that one up, and the Red Devils will get the ball back, tied by 17. And that one, a quick steal and put back in the basket by Marvin of Greenville as they go over the top. They find Hank Thomas cutting to the basket. Great look there by Alex Wiegand. As now another quick 3-point attempt there from Greenville off the backboard. No good, but rebounded by Greenville. This one in the hands of Price. He thinks about it. The hesitation, the spin by Josias Parker as he will spin now. Kyle Henderson defending him. He gets that one to fall with the left. Greenville now takes the lead up 21-19 as Hank Thomas forced to get that one out of his hand as he felt the pressure coming. Jordan Dame double team near half court, goes over the top to Jalen Jose. He cuts back middle, and that pass tipped away and stolen away by Isaiah Price. In transition, now they find the open man in the corner. He tries to drive baseline in the corner. That shot goes up, knocks that one down. 3-pointer from Greenville. Greenville going on a little bit of a run here after that delay of game, and that one kicked out of bounds, and the Red Devils will get the ball back. You can see, probably couldn't pick it up on the mic, but you saw a 3-point attempt passed up on where there was a man who had maybe just 2-3 feet of space, and you hear the coach yelling, shoot that, as he wants as many shots as possible. He wants the quick shots. And again, another quick sub here by Chip Wilde as QB1 Drew Barth checks in off the bench.
Yeah, you mentioned wanting a bunch of 3-pointers. It was interesting, several possessions ago for Greenville, they give up an open layup in favor of a three-point shot.
Alex Wiegand hangs in the air and lays that one in with some contact. Cut this lead back to 3 for Greenville. Now on the perimeter, Barry Nix, they will go in the corner. Harry Dix, much longer possession than you're used to seeing, just 15 seconds on the shot clock, as now he puts that one up, no good, rebounded by Dame. They get it to Jalen Jose, he's forced to go cross court, and they find Alex Wiegand, who will bring it across the timeline and get it in the corner to Drew Barth. Jalen Jose tries to go to Barth. Barth just able to tip that one away, but stolen by Greenville. Hardix in transition there, and the slam from number 4, Eric Williams. As you saw the screen set, very rarely do you see a screen set in transition, but Greenville knows exactly where their guys are going to be running the floor, and they are up 26-21. As head coach Chip Wilde calls a full timeout. Got to get his guys a breather here. 26-21 Greenville, 12:47 in the first half. Kyle, it feels like we have played an entire half of basketball with how action-packed this has been.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And the intensity on both sides and in the gym is far more than just a regular season game. It felt like we were playing late in the second half in a conference tournament game there for a few minutes. It was just incredible intensity and great energy throughout the entire gym.
Yeah, certainly a fun one to watch, one people get excited for. Can't say I blame them. When you love high-scoring, action-packed basketball, this is what you picture. As we get our stats here from the scores table, Kyle, why don't you break down the stat sheet for us?
First thing that pops out immediately, we are just over 7 minutes into this game. Greenville has already put up 24 shots. That's just, compare that to Eureka's 14. It's just a ridiculous number. Now, they're only shooting 41% from the field compared to Eureka's 64. If they get hot, watch out, because that's a scary team.
Something that does surprise me while looking at the stat sheet, though, Eureka only 1 3-pointer attempted, as they are 1 for 1. Hank Thomas knocked one down in the corner, but Greenville, as we talked about, shooting the threes, 14 3-pointers attempted. They lob that one up to Wiegand, just out of the reach. He's able to corral that one and put it in. So they are doing a great job of finding Wiegand running in transition. Now they get it back to Barry Nix. Puts that one up, no good. They call the foul on Kyle Henderson, I believe, of the Red Devils on his box out there. Took a man to the floor. The Red Devils have been very aggressive boxing out here. We have seen a lot of bodies hit the floor after a shot.
Yeah, and you got to be against this Greenville team. You cannot allow them second or third chances.
As Dix will look to inbound this one. He tries to go high over the top. Dame guarding the inbound. They will go to the near corner. And that shot, that three knocked down by Anthony Zatare. Now Hank Thomas, he brings it across half court. He's in the air, forced to just drop that one on the floor. Luckily for the Red Devils, they get it back, but it looks like the pass there by Dame was tipped. Hank Thomas just let it go out of bounds, and they will say nobody got a piece of it. That'll be a turnover for the Red Devils, as Greenville now has a 6-point lead, 29-23. Nix now goes right back to Zatare. Zatare's three was way long, rebounded by Kyle Henderson. He gets it up top to Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas, the disadvantage there going down low, trapped. Drew Barth gets to the basket, puts that one up, no good. He comes down with the rebound. Drew Barth fighting for the second chance opportunity right there. He saves the possession for the Red Devils, as there will be a line change for Greenville. Now we see Austin Juergens checking back into the contest for Jordan Dame. We'll see Dakota Bennington checking back into the contest now for Kyle Henderson. So you see some of the starting five getting back onto the floor. Kyle, we talked about in previous broadcasts the team chemistry. You can tell Chip Wilde likes having the same five on the floor, but in a game like this, you're forced to be uncomfortable, and that's exactly what this Grinnell system forces you to do. Alex Wiegand lays that one in, 4-2. As now driving to the basket is Josias Parker. He kicks that one out. Well defended there by Wiegand, but they will knock that one down, as Drew Barth quickly inbounds to Dakota Bennington as he goes over the top to Wiegand. Wiegand skies and throws that one down, as the Red Devils now cut this deficit to 5, 32-27. So we are still not even halfway through the first half of action. Loose ball hits the floor. Drew Barth hits the floor, pokes that one out. And that ball, they will say Greenville will retain possession, but you love to see a guy like Drew Barth check into the game. Has not played a ton of minutes this season, he just comes in the high intensity, and he knows he gets the job done. He checks out now. So he did a great job there in some limited minutes.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Wilde's asking from him. Like you said, he's a role player, hasn't gotten many minutes, but if you can come in for a couple minutes and give all you have, show great hustle, yeah, that's a recipe for more minutes later on.
Dakota Bennington tries to get to the basket. He is fouled trying to answer after the Josias Parker three on the other end by Greenville. As now Dakota Bennington will head to the line 4-2 as we see the score starting to creep up there, 35-27, as we are not even 10 minutes into the contest. Bennington's first shot, nothing but the bottom of the net. As once again, Wiegand, the only man on the lane looking for the rebound here. And Bennington knocks down the pair. Quickly they get the ball into Josias Parker. He tries to step back. He kicks that one, gives it off to Price. Price puts up his toes on the line. That is a long two for Greenville. He had two Juergens. Juergens goes cross court to Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas having to tightrope the sideline there. Get to Wiegand. Wiegand goes up and throws another one down, avoids putting Rakeem Murphy on a poster by just inches, as Murphy knew he wanted no part of that one. But right there, Greenville comes back down, and Marvin Bateman knocks down a deep three. As the lob to Dakota Bennington, the high-flying contest is off and running as Hank Thomas with the lob, and Bennington comes out of nowhere, throws that one down from the backside. Greenville looking to answer with a three, cut the momentum. That long one, a great box out there by Wiegand. He cleared his man out of the lane, rebounded by Bennington. They get it to Juergens. This team certainly fun to watch right now as Juergens tries to get to the basket. He will be fouled. He hits the floor hard, and he will head to the free throw line. As Kyle, we talked about, you like high-flying basketball, you like sharp shooting. This is the game for you as Bennington and Wiegand go back-to-back with slams here on the other end.
Yeah, we've been talking about the entire time. Greenville's high energy, run and gun. They take risks on defense and chuck up all kinds of threes. Well, for Eureka, they benefit from being able to go high flying and have multiple dunks a game. Usually we see maybe one or two from Bennington, but we've seen already 3 or 4 in the first 10 minutes of this game.
And it's been so fun to watch over the course of 4 years. Alex Wiegand, a 4-year starter for this team. The aggressiveness he has developed since he's been here. His freshman year, just as athletic. He's always been able to jump out of this gym. He would go up, he would lay it in. He would never try to put a guy on a poster. And this season, constantly, he gets a chance. He goes to the rim, and he skies. He makes you stop him. He makes you meet him at the rim. It's certainly fun to watch how he's developed here over the course of 4 seasons. They get it to Wiegand. He kicks it out to Dame. Dame the ball fake. He'll drive baseline. Gets it to Bennington. Bennington goes up. Lays that one in with a chance at an and one. He puts that one in over 2 defenders. He'll head to the free throw line. As you can hear the intensity here in this crowd. They are loving it as they cut this lead back down to just 4 for the Greenville Panthers.
Bennington's ability to go up, take the contact, keep his balance, and somehow it's like he's levitating for, it seems like, seconds, even though it's not, and then still get the shot up. It's unbelievable.
A guy that certainly just looks like he hangs in the air, has great body control, can adjust with contact. He converts the and one, cuts this deficit to 3 for the Red Devils. As now Don Hardaway Jr. has checked in for the Red Devils, another very athletic guard. As a couple shots at it, tipped around. Williams gets the rebound. He puts that one in with contact, and he will head to the free throw line for a chance at an and one of his own. 42-37 as we have finally crossed the 10-minute mark here in the first half. 9:27 left in the first half of action. We get a chance to catch our breath here as we don't get many chances to do that throughout the course of this contest. So Eric Williams will convert the and one of his own.
Yeah, 43-37. That's like the end of the first half score for most games. But like you said, only 10.5 minutes into this game.
The deep pass, Bennington unable to corral that one. That one's stolen away by Barry Nix. Nix now looking to go coast to coast. He throws that one up, well played by Dame. He gets his own rebound, kicks that one out. That three-point attempt by Swade Edwards, no good. Tipped around, and Edwards comes down with it. Greenville getting a couple chances at this one. and then Williams will put that one in finally for the Panthers. They get that pass over the head of Hank Thomas. Another turnover for the Red Devils here as Barry Nix came away with the steal. And Zadare misses the three-point attempt, but Greenville is getting a lot of chances at their own basket. They swing it. Williams puts up that three-point attempt. No good. The long rebound goes to Alex Wiegand. Wiegand now to Hank Thomas to Don Hardaway Jr. Ball hits the floor. He tips that one up. Dame comes away with that one. Bennington goes. He tries to put a man on a poster. Just out of reach as he was just inches away from blowing the roof off of this gym. Now they swing to the far corner. Barry Nix puts up that three-point attempt, knocks it down, and Greenville going on a bit of a run here as head coach Chip Wilde calls a timeout.
Smart timeout here. I was just going to say if he didn't call that, it'd be a good time to get one. Seems like Eureka's really rushing. I know you have to against this Greenville team, but just call timeout, gain some composure back. Down 11 all of a sudden. It seemed like just a second ago it was a 5-point game. Just gain composure, get your plan back together, and come out of this break strong.
As this is a game where the teams will go on some very big runs here. We talked about just a 3-point game seconds ago, and now Greenville up 48-37 as they push this lead to 11. The intensity here, as you see, this is a game oftentimes Sioux will get chippy as a very physical game. Guys going at it. You can see some guys, a little bit of yelling going on the floor, a little bit of chirping here as the teams go to the benches. Something else about this game, you have to keep your composure. You can't let a big momentum swing come from just a dumb foul, just letting your head get the best of you.
Absolutely, and in games like this, the ball's just flying all over the place. It's really just unbelievable how, for the amount of time that the ball is in no one's possession, just really up for grabs, and that can lead to a frustrating game. If the ball isn't bouncing your way, it's very easy to get frustrated, but Eureka's just got to keep their composure and keep going.
The lob there, full court pass, beautiful ball from Dame to Bennington as Bennington goes underneath the basket, puts that one in with the reverse. As now Young Jones comes and bangs a three from the top of the key right there. 51-39. Still only one three-point attempt for the Red Devils. Kind of strange to me as typically in this game we see a lot of three-point attempts, but the Red Devils shooting a very high percentage because they've had a lot of success down low. And right on cue, Hank Thomas knocks down another one for the Red Devils. Now Greenville tried the circus layup. They get the roll right there, high off the backboard, almost over the backboard. Had just enough touch to lay that one in. As now Hank Thomas goes coast to coast, puts that one up. No good, but he will be fouled and head to the free throw line for two chances at it as Darryl Williams got a piece of him as he drove to the basket. Hank Thomas knocks down the first free throw attempt, cutting this deficit back to 10 as now Drew Barth checks back into the game along with Austin Juergens. Thomas, usually one of the most automatic free throw shooters in the conference, gets a tough roll right there, and this deficit will remain at 10 as that deep three from Bateman, no good, rebounded there by Drew Barth. Barth gets it, the quick touch pass to Juergens. 3-on-2 break here for the Red Devils. Hank Thomas pulls up from three, just short off the iron. No good. And the Greenville's off and running as now Josias Parker puts up the three and gets that one to drop. The long pass to Bennington. Showtimes, ladies and gentlemen, as he skies and throws that one down.
Yeah, you can tell Drew Barth's the quarterback by that throw from the baseline.
As now Young Jones wide open once again, no good, rebounded by Juergens. They get it to Dame baseline. He is trapped. He's got to get it out of his hands. They get it to Hank Thomas. 2-on-2 here. Thomas and Bennington running the break. Hank Thomas, that stutter step, got the man off him with the finger roll. Lays that one in. It's now Greenville again. The quick three-point attempt. No good that time by Isaiah Price. Sounds like a broken record. We just come down the floor, and every time you see that quick three, Thomas thought about the three, goes to the basket, lays that one in, and one opportunity He hits the floor. Great finish there by Hank Thomas. 56-49, 6:09 left here in the first half of action. So you can see again these new 5 checking into the game for Greenville. These guys heading to the bench just absolutely gassed. Hank Thomas gets in rhythm, knocks that one down. 56-50, 6 minutes and ticking on the clock. It's that 3 from the corner. Eric Williams comes down and answers with 3 points of his own. Great passing there by Drew Barth as he breaks the press, gets it up to Hank Thomas. The pass just out of his reach, has to pull this one back out, almost stolen away there. And that one will go back to the Red Devils as Jahari Dix jumped the passing lane there. Luckily for the Red Devils, he didn't have a fast break at it. So they go inbound in, gives it right back to Juergens. The Euro step through the lane, high off the glass, no good. Rebounded there by Josias Parker and fouled by Juergens. Looks like just a bit of a frustration foul right there.
Yeah, you got it. That's exactly what I was going to say. And one word, that's just completely unnecessary. You're under your own basket. Giving Greenville a foul there, it does absolutely no good.
So you can tell just frustration. Sometimes you miss a shot and you want to come back down, poke the ball out, make it up for your team. Unfortunately, there a foul for Juergens, and now Greenville is off and running as Zadare thought about it. He'll now step back, try to go over the top, lobs that one down low. The extra dribble by Justin Cross enough to get some space, and he puts that one in with the foul. Another chance at an and one opportunity as we are seeing a lot of work down low from both sides right now. Justin Cross steps to the free throw line, the sophomore, standing at 6'7" out of Chicago, Illinois. No good, rebounded by Barth. Gets that one to Wiegand. Wiegand tries to go over the top to Juergens. That one tipped, and they go back to Dame. Dame hesitates. They try to slow down a little bit, but Dame's pass just over the head of Juergens will go out of bounds. Another turnover for this Red Devil team as Greenville, this swarming defense, just giving the Red Devils fits right now. Dix brings the ball up the floor, and he will dribble right to the three-point line. Put that one up, no good. Fought for and eventually rebounded by Dame, and it looks like that foul will be charged to number 30, Austin Contreras. As now Jalen Jose will check into the contest for Austin Juergens. Jordan Dame will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Now some confusion at the scores table as they look to get everything out, as that was in fact the 10th foul that will put Eureka in the double bonus, and now Jordan Dame will head to the free throw line for 2 free throw attempts.
Not too often you see a double bonus with 5 minutes left and a half.
And certainly with the pace of play, interesting how it works out here in these contests. You see guys flying around the floor, which does lead to some fouls. But for Greenville, when you send 5 guys in, 5 guys out, you rarely see people in foul trouble. As Dame knocks down the pair, it will inbound the ball to Jahari Dix, up by 9. 61-52 as we're approaching the 5-minute mark in the first half. As Contreras goes for the reverse, no good, rebounded and tipped in by Barry Nix. Barth running the inbounds play. See the quarterback using his feet there as he scrambles out of that one and passes it up the floor. Gets to Jalen Jose, the ball fake, and he will be swatted out of bounds by Barry Nix. Now the fresh 5 for Greenville checks in. 63-52 here. Greenville with the 11-point lead. Head coach Chip Wilde calling out the inbounds play here. As they try to find the open man, they go to Bennington on the low block as he just dribbles this one out. The nice pass down low. No dribbles here as the ball just flying around the court. They find Dame back in the corner, puts that one up. Long, no good. Almost rebounded by Wiegand, but it will be stolen away there by Marvin Bateman. As now they will call a carry on Rakeem Murphy. Rarely we get that call here in the collegiate game, but the Red Devils will benefit from that one as there will be a turnover for Greenville. As Barth gives it to Dame, triple team right there. He gets it off to Jalen Jose. The pass to Bennington. Bennington, as he's falling to the floor, gets that one to Wiegand. Beautiful pass as Wiegand was just camped out on the block and lays that one in. The three-point attempt there. Long, no good. Rebounded now by Wiegand as he looked for the long outlet. Just nothing there. Tip, great outlet pass by Drew Barth to get them out of trouble. Give it to Bennington from the left wing. Knocks that one down. Easy jumper there from Bennington as they cut the deficit down to 7, 63-56 as we approach 4 minutes.
For a guy that doesn't get many minutes this season, Drew Barth is having a great game for himself.
Great court vision, has been great on the boards as well as he tips that one out and eventually rebounded by Jalen Jose. It looked like he may have gotten hit in the eye. As we will see a fresh 5 checking into the contest for Greenville. Drew Barth, like you mentioned, Kyle, checking in, playing some very meaningful minutes here. Off the bench is a guy who has not seen a lot of time this season. His passing ability and his rebounding, just the physicality he brings, and great court vision as well. See 4 guys on the wrong side of half court for Greenville as Bennington goes up, throws it down, and he puts the man on the poster. There it is, as Jahari Nix got a piece of the arm, and Bennington throws that one down with contact. Sports Center Top 10, meet Dakota Bennington, as you will see him tonight as the incredible finish right there silences the Greenville bench and blows the roof off this place. The excitement right now. Unable to get that free throw to fall, but what a finish from Bennington. And Contreras, his three-point attempt, knocks that one down. And the Red Devils inbound the ball.
Get down! We can. Who can?
And Drew Barth there gets fouled, and he will head to the line for 2 free throw attempts. (66-58) for Greenville here as Drew Barth heads to the free throw line. Drew Barth now steps up to the line, knocks that one down. The big fundamental right there, just great player, playing some meaningful minutes off the bench, has had an impact. And this place, the electricity in the gym, still the excitement after Dakota Bennington threw that one down. As Drew Barth knocks down the pair, you see the football players in attendance there, excited to see him getting into the game, getting in on the action. Set three-point attempt, no good. The rebound there by Bennington as he chucks it full court. Drew Barth playing wide receiver right there as he tips that one back into Wiegand. Gets it to Jalen Jose. He goes down low, and that time he is blocked by Barry Nix out of bounds. Drew Barth has the crowd going right here as he goes flying down the floor over the shoulder, puts that one back into play, gives Wiegand a second chance at it.
Yeah, without a doubt, this is the most energized this crowd has been all season.
So that one tipped away, crowd by Dame. Wiegand, he will find Dame cutting to the basket, and Dame will be fouled. I believe that foul will be on number 30, Austin Contreras. And it will, as now Dame will head to the free throw line as Eureka going on a little bit of a run on their own. You can see the frustration mounting here for Greenville as Eureka's going on this run. The fouls are just piling up for the Panthers. As now Kyle Henderson checks into the game for Drew Barth. He gets a standing ovation coming off the court. So everyone knows what he's done for this place, leading the football team to their second consecutive conference championship, playing basketball this season and checking in, playing some meaningful minutes in a big game down the stretch for the Red Devils. As Dame knocks down the pair, 66-62. Right there, Eric Williams trying to drive to the basket. He will be fouled and head to the line for 2 shots of his own as the free throws are starting to pile up here for both squads.
Yeah, it's a much different game here in the last 10 minutes of this half. You can tell there's both teams are in foul trouble here because it's just slowed down a ton. So many more whistles, obviously. Many more free throws to boot.
As the fresh 5 checks in for Greenville. Interesting to see here, just looking up at the scoreboard, we see 23 from Bennington, 14 from Alex Wiegand, a guy who can score but oftentimes is not going to look to be a primary scoring threat in a game like this. His athleticism, he finds himself open under the basket more often than not. And Hank Thomas with 16 points, and that's been a quiet 16 as we typically see him with the three-point shooting. But here we've seen him just in transition. He has knocked down some threes for Eureka. But it's hard to say a quiet 16. We have 16 and a half of college basketball. That's an incredible half. But in this style of play, when it's 68-62 right now, sometimes they get lost in the numbers.
Yeah, really. Besides the couple dunks from Bennington, it even seems like it's a quiet 23 from him. Just so much action. Usually you can keep track of the highest scores. It's tough to keep track with so much action going on.
As Wiegand got that one and looked to drive to the basket, but he will be fouled by Keyshawn Young-Jones. Wiegand will head to the free throw line for 2 of his own. So you see the team huddling, talking about this the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds of the half. Have to make their push while the momentum is on their side. Ever since Bennington threw that one down, this place has been absolutely electric. The bench, the intensity has stepped up from both sides. So now Wiegand steps to the line. First one, no good, long off the back of the iron. Wiegand unfortunately misses both. The one rebounded by Rakeem Murphy. He looks to dribble right up to the three-point line. He tries to drive now past Kyle Henderson. Stops that one. Great job there by Henderson. Again, what looks to be a longer possession than what is typically seen by Greenville as Young-Jones puts that one in from the corner. They give it back to Dame. Dame trying to get what he can. Gives it to Henderson. Henderson pulls it out, slowing this one down as Jalen Jose tight ropes the timeline. They get it to Bennington. He drives through the lane as he's falling down, able to get that one out to Henderson. Dame trapped in the corner. They find Bennington. Free throw line extended, no good. Rebounded high off the backboard by Josiah Parker. That ball rolling out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for Greenville. It's that pass just out of the reach and unable to run it down with Josiah Parker. It's a fresh 5 now checks in for Greenville. (71-62) as we are under the 2 minute in the first half. Dame, that one tipped out of bounds and stolen away by Greenville as they back right up to the three-point line. Swade Edwards tries to go with the high floater, no good. That one pinned on the backboard. On the front of the rim, pardon me, and now another foul. That one, I believe, is on Eric Williams, and that will send Eureka back to the free throw line. Eureka really benefiting here from these fouls. Not only does it give them a breather, just slows the game down a little bit. You get, obviously, the free chances at it. But in a game like this, you see these guys are tired. This halftime break is going to be key for the Red Devils. Jordan Dames knocks down the pair, 71-64. As Jahari Dix drives to the basket, lays that one in with the right hand, high flying right there. That pass tipped, grabbed by Jalen Jose. To go, Hank Thomas to lob to Alex Wiegand, slams it down, catches it with 2, throws it down with the right. As you saw that one coming, they could have mapped that one out, and there was no stopping it as Hank Thomas saw the big man Alex Wiegand running the lane, just lobbed it up right to him. As now Hank Thomas comes down, the long 3, no good, rebounded, back to Thomas. As he goes up, that one blocked by Dix, tipped away, stolen by Wiegand. They get it to Jalen Jose. Back to Thomas in the corner. He just dumps that one off to Jordan Dame. Great court vision there by Hank Thomas. Jordan Dame just filling in the lane, laying that one in. Big swing there as the Red Devils got a couple shots at it. So we're under a minute here in the loose ball, tipped away on the floor, stolen by Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas running the floor, 3-on-2 for the Red Devils. They give it to Alex Wiegand, right back to Thomas. Slow things down a little bit as they get it to Jalen Jose. He goes cross court to Kyle Henderson. Henderson goes down low to Wiegand. He will throw that one up to Jose. Corrals that one. He hits the floor. That one's stolen away. And a fast break, 2 points here for Greenville. Shahari Dix lays that one in for 2. As now the shot clock will be off. The Red Devils are under 30 seconds here, 24 seconds and counting, down by 7 in the first half. They get it to Dame, over to Henderson. Henderson goes cross court to Thomas. Thomas uses the body to get some space, finds Jordan Dame wide open from 3, knocks that one down with 12 seconds left, 75-71. So you can see the bench was looking for a line change, but with no time left, 5 seconds, as Jahari Dix will just be forced to throw this one up. And he barely gets that one off as the Red Devils here go on a bit of a run. The momentum certainly on the side of the Red Devils here, as 75-71 the score at halftime. Big swing there. That last possession for the Red Devils was huge, as we will take a quick break. Because I don't know about you, Kyle, but I think we definitely need one for that first half of action. A lot of excitement. 15 minutes here on the clock for halftime. We will be back with a first half recap and what to look forward to in the second half of high-flying action. Hello and welcome back to the Christine Minotti Bullwinkle Arena and Convocation Center here for the second half of this high-flying, action-packed matchup between the Greenville Panthers and your Eureka Red Devils. I'm Thomas Harrison. Alongside me is Kyle Cashdollar, and we'll be bringing you the second half of this exciting contest. A fun one to watch. You're going to want to see the highlights after the game. You'll probably see some of these highlights on SportsCenter. It's just an incredible first half from both sides as Greenville holds on to a 4-point lead, 75-71. Like we mentioned, after just one half of basketball, the stat sheet is filled from top to bottom. Kyle, why don't you break it down for us?
Well, offensively for Eureka, a stat that jumps out for me, you mentioned it in the first half. Dakota Bennington, first half points, 23 already. Now, it's a ridiculously high number for the total points in the game, 75-71 in just one half. But that number specifically sticks out, 23 in just one half. Of course, like I mentioned in the first half, a crazy number of shots going up. Greenville with 60 shot attempts, shooting 46.7% from the field and a great 44% from the three-point line. They were actually shooting from three-point range better than the field for most of that first half. And for Greenville, with their style of play, you would expect throwing the ball around a lot, maybe a bunch of turnovers. They're not at all. They only have 4 turnovers for the game so far compared to Eureka's 12. So that's been a strength for them in the first half.
And even with the 12 turnovers for Eureka, as shocking as that may sound, that seems like a low number for a style of matchup like this. We typically see more, as both teams have done a good job controlling the ball, as most of the turnovers we've seen have really just been guys scrambling a little bit and passes going over the top, going out of bounds. But this is just an exciting matchup to watch as we look forward to the game tipping off here in the second half, as we're just 30 seconds away from the beginning of this second half of high-flying, action-packed basketball. This one just as advertised. Again, 75-71 in the first half. We saw a lot of fouls there in that first half from Greenville, but again, with the 5-man line changes, that's really not an issue for them, as you got a couple guys with 2. I think there might be one guy with 3. So we check the stat sheet here, trying to figure it out. Everyone just with 2. See, nobody even with 3 fouls. So that really helps them out. That line change from minute to minute. There's a new 5 on the floor. And those guys come off the floor absolutely gassed. You may not be able to tell camera, but down here at the scores table, when you see these guys come off the floor, they are breathing heavy, they are sweating. That minute break doesn't seem like a lot, but that's all they need to get a new 5 right back in and right back into the action as we get ready to start this second half, as the crowd is getting excited here. That first half was a fun one to watch, as Greenville will inbound from the right side and attack the left side of your screen.
Another fun stat that sticks out to me here, Eureka's at 71 points coming into the second half. Their average per game is 88.2, so they're only 17 points away from their average already.
And a quick basket there by Greenville. And Jordan Dame with a big stop right there, as a turnover could have led to a quick 4-point swing. But Jordan Dame with the block at the rim. As they get that one to Bennington. Bennington goes up, fights through the contact, and puts that one in. Looked like he had a shot at throwing another one down. Now Greenville comes right back down the other end. And the long 3 there by Marvin Bateman, as he knocks that one down. The quick pressure on the inbound as the Red Devils get that one up to Bennington quickly. 3-on-2 here as Bennington, the no-look to Wiegand. Wiegand reverses right there, avoids getting blocked, and he will be fouled, heading to the line for 2 free throw attempts. As you see, Cody Badger with the hand up, acknowledging he's getting charged for that one. 80-73. Less than a minute in, we've already seen another surge in scoring. Wiegand's first attempt long, no good, off the back of the iron. He steps back to the free throw line for his second attempt, knocks that one down. 80-74 here, 19-12, and ticking in the second half of this very exciting basketball game. Now the drive to the lane, he stops, fakes, goes back the other way. That one gets the shooter's roll, as I believe there was an off-ball foul right there. So they call a foul on Hank Thomas now. And after the made basket, that will give Greenville the ball back. Let's go in some confusion by Eureka defending that one as the second chance. That ball is tipped in by Badger. See, a minute ticks off the clock and a new 5 heading to the scorer's table right off the bat as they go long full court to Wiegand. Wiegand goes up and lays that one in as Badger was breathing down his neck. Here, Josias Parker flying down the floor. Murphy with the three-point attempt. That one rattles around the rim and down for the Panthers. Now the Red Devils having some problem breaking the press now. Had much more of an issue with it as we start the second half here. In that first half, we saw the Red Devils flying through it, flying through that press and getting some easy layups. They're having much more trouble just getting the ball inbounds here to start the second half. Certainly something that could prove costly for the Red Devils, as if you let Greenville get a bit of a run with a system like this, it's hard to mount a comeback of a large lead. Bennington now flying to the basket. The no-look to Wiegand. Wiegand will lay that one in as a dime from Bennington right there. Finds the trailing Wiegand.
Yeah, there's more of what we saw in the first half, like you said, breaking that press.
And that one almost stripped away there by Bennington, rattling around the floor as Dix picks that one up, gets it into the corner, and that three knocked down by Daniel Sale. To get it to Wiegand. Tips that one back to Hank Thomas through traffic. No look there to Bennington. Bennington high off the glass with some contact, but he puts that one in. 90-80, 17-45 here. Greenville gets right back to the basket. Red Devils get a stop here for the first time in the half. They have numbers 3-on-1 right here. Hank Thomas just going to take this coast to coast. The body control in the air. Avoid getting that shot blocked. Lays that one in. And an offensive foul there on Jahari Dix. Hank Thomas sells that one nicely, as that is an offensive foul. Another turnover for the Panthers, and the Red Devils get the ball back. As now Dame will inbound from the sideline. Dame trying to get this one in. The long pass to Juergens. That'll be a turnover as the pressure from Greenville gets the ball right back off the inbound. They had a tough spot to inbound from there on the sideline. Kind of an awkward place. You can't really go too far into the backcourt, be right underneath your own basket. At the same time, you don't want to risk the deep pass, and right there a turnover, but the Red Devils come away with a steal. Not sure where that call came from, as that'll be a turnover for the Red Devils. It looked like Juergens had full control the whole time. So he just came away with the steal, came up dribbling.
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't see the double dribble there either.
Some confusion there. It's a frustration here, as there have been 4 consecutive turnovers coming from both sides. So we sit with the score at 90-82, Greenville with the advantage. Now the long three right there. Rattles around the shooter's roll for Isaiah Price. The two Juergens trapped in the corner. He's forced to throw that one up, stolen away by Young Jones. Hank Thomas comes flying in, tries to tip that one away. The open man has now Young Jones. Will get the three-point attempt. He knocks that one down.
It might be about time here to call a timeout if you're Coach Wilde. And there it is. He's calling a timeout.
So you see Drew Barth coming to the scores table to check in, but Greenville going on a run right here. As we mentioned, you don't want to let this team get too far out in front. As scoring comes in bunches, it goes for both sides, as it is tough to close a large gap. The later we get into this game, guys start to get tired. You've got to fight through that and battle this one out. And the Red Devils here looking to stop the Greenville momentum here with this timeout. (96-82) the score. The Panthers on top of the Red Devils here. 16:55 left in the second half, as Drew Barth has checked back into the contest for the Red Devils.
It's interesting, like we've mentioned multiple times already, Drew Barth doesn't get that many minutes, but looking at this stat sheet from the first half, he had the best plus-minus ratio on the entire Red Devils roster in that first half.
He has right there the inbound pass, a dime, and the lob right there. Hank Thomas trying to go to Dakota Bennington. I like the idea. You want to see the intensity, but I think just trying to do a little bit too much right there. As a 2-on-1, I think Hank Thomas, if he ball fakes right there, he has an easy look at the lay-in. Certainly like the excitement, like the intensity, as Drew Barth had the great inbounds pass there, got the Red Devils off and running. So now Hank Thomas gets it into Dame. They swing it all the way around. They find Hank Thomas on the far side with the quick trigger. He puts that three up, no good, but tipped in by Jordan Dame. Now the long pass on the inbound. Drew Barth trying to get back. He cuts that one off. Well played there by Barth. He gets off his feet, though, and Isaiah Price will make him pay as he knocks that one down. Good two. Barth goes over the top there to Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas met by Young Jones at the rims. Goes behind the back. Alex Wiegand lays that one in. Done a great job trailing here in transition. The scoring here, it seems like everybody is on fire right now as Bateman's shot no good. But Young Jones comes away with the rebound, and he is fouled by Wiegand. Great job there by Wiegand. If you are going to foul, don't let him get the shot up. Exactly what we talked about in the women's contest and now the men's contest. If you're going to commit the foul down low, make sure the shot does not get up. As now Keyshawn Young Jones will head to the free throw line for the Panthers. As Greenville is looking to eclipse the 100-point mark here with 16 minutes remaining in the contest. And there it is. Greenville hits triple digits, 186 here as we are less than 5 minutes into the second half of action. Now the line change has come in, and Young Jones will step back to the free throw line. Young Jones knocks that one in. 101-86 here. Greenville pushing the lead to 15 points. Now Kyle Henderson has checked into the contest for Jordan Dame. It's a lineup we wouldn't typically see here as Drew Barth trying to direct traffic, and that one's stolen away by Jahari Dix. They get it to Bennington. 2-on-1 here, Bennington and Wiegand, as that one's swatted off the backboard by Barry Nixon. And that is a travel. Looked like there might have been a foul call, whether it be a charge or a block down low, but they will call a travel, and the Red Devils will get the ball back.
That last offensive possession for Eureka, it's unfortunate Bennington did not see Wiegand down the floor just wide open. Would have had an easy two.
So now we see Kobe White check into the contest for the Red Devils, seeing his first action today. A sharp shooting guard off the Red Devil bench into Wiegand. We talked about interesting lineup right here. The five on the floor for the Red Devils. They find Kobe White down low. He gets it back to Kyle Henderson. Lays that one in. Great ball movement by these guys checking in off the bench. You see Wiegand, Henderson, Barth, Jose, and White on the floor. This a five in any other game. I feel like you would never see this lineup.
Yeah, you absolutely would not. I agree with you there, Thomas.
As that inbound quickly to Kobe White. As he pulls up, gets it back to Barth, and they get it across the timeline to Wiegand. They find Kobe White. He thinks about the three, takes a dribble in, finds Kyle Henderson. Kobe White with the dime. Back-to-back possessions, White to Henderson. So that connection has worked out great for the Red Devils here as they still trip 15-105. That shot forced up there and pulled down by Kyle Henderson. They are off and running. Henderson tries to dribble through the lane, loses that one. That'll go out of bounds on the Red Devils. Now a fresh five checking into the contest for Greenville. 105-90, 15-05 here in the second half. So Red Devils back off. Again, this lineup is playing well right now for the Red Devils. Just right there, unfortunately, Kyle Henderson just got going a little bit too fast in traffic, and that ball rolled away from the Red Devils. Murphy with the ball fake. He tries to Euro step around Drew Barth. It will call a block there on Barth. Looked like he was set half position, but the bump will draw the foul right there. And now we will see Rakeem Murphy heading back to the free throw line.
One thing I've noticed with Greenville's offense that seems to be different from the first half, from the first half, they were quick to put up a three anytime. Now we're seeing more ball fakes and drives because they're getting the Eureka defenders off their feet.
Yeah, certainly when you put up as many threes as this team does, the defenders have to respect it. They have to close out hard. And they have just done a nice job of changing up the strategy here as Barth, beautiful pass cross court to Kobe White, lays that one in. 106-92, lead at 14 for Greenville as they get the ball to Badger. Badger trying to spin down low, and that is a charge. Drew Barth gets set down low. Physical, some big bodies making contact there, hitting the floor. You can see Barth fired up about that one. He is excited. And now we'll see Dakota Bennington check back into the game for Alex Wiegand. As Barth wanted to go deep on that one, just lost the ball handle right there as he tried to throw it in. They get it to Henderson. Henderson tries to go back to Barth, and that one will go out of bounds. They're trying. That one was tipped. I think they're just arguing for the sake of arguing right there. I don't think anyone got a piece of that one. That's just a great trap by Greenville, forcing the errant pass. That ball inbounded to Badgers, who will hand it right back to Murphy. Murphy thinks about it, tries to drive on Henderson, and he will get right to the basket. As now Drew Barth goes full court to Kobe White, who will lay that one in for two.
Touchdown.
Drew Barth with the deep ball right there. Money as he gets that one to White. And then right back down the floor on the other end, Rakeem Murphy knocks down a big three for Greenville. So you get to Jalen Jose. He cuts to the basket, Euro step, lays that one in with the left. Nice move. Barth now guarding Murphy. Murphy with the deep three, no good. Rebounded by Jalen Jose. Almost loses that one. That one tipped on the floor. Nobody going for it, and eventually corralled by Greenville. Stolen away by Henderson. They get it to Bennington. Bennington with the fast break. Throws that one down. You saw Murphy coming down. He thought about it, saw what happened to his friend in the first half, didn't want any piece of it. As Bennington skies and throws that one down with two hands.
Yeah, he definitely realized what was going to be coming to him if he went for that one.
As now that missed shot by Badger, it looked like a nice play, a nice rebound there. But Jalen Jose will get called for the foul as they say he shoved the defender down right there. Fortunate for the Red Devils, anytime you can let Greenville leave with an empty possession is a big defensive stop, as these guys can score at will. 111-98 here, Greenville with the 13-point advantage, 13-26 in the second half. Greenville will inbound from underneath the basket. They get the ball to Zadare. They go cross court. That three-point attempt, no good. Rebounded by Johara Dix. Not a travel right there. Eric Williams looked like he was almost going to get away with it right there, but he was in the air, came down, took that quick first step, and that'll be a turnover. So inbound the ball to Kobe White. He gets it back to Austin Juergens. He get to Dame. Dame right by half court. Dangerous spot to be trapped. He gets it out of his hands to Jose. The nice pass from Jose to Bennington. Threads the needle right there. Bennington lays that one in, and now Eureka eclipses the 100-point mark. Now Kobe will be called for a foul there, playing some aggressive defense. Putting his chest into the defender. And Greenville will get lucky there. They get the foul call, and now Johari Dix will look to inbound. Five on the floor for the Red Devils. Bennington, Dame, Juergens, White, and Jose. And an and one opportunity here for Barry Nixon. As that inbound play, they gave it right to him on the block. He went straight up with it, got fouled, and put that one in for two. Converts the back end of that and one opportunity, 114-100. Now Dame gets the ball to Kobe White. They break the pressure. Jalen Jose, hey, have it 2-on-1. They get it to Bennington. Bennington goes up, and he is fouled hard. So he goes to the basket, and he will head to the free throw line for two.
Nice job by the Greenville defender there, not letting him get that shot up. We've mentioned it. We mentioned it during the women's game. We've already mentioned it during this game. On a play like that, you either let the man have the 2 points or you take out his arm and don't let him get any shot up.
And right there, they've seen what he can do when he is flying down the baseline. They do not want any part of it. You mentioned, Kyle, the hard foul right there. You have to keep him from going up with it, because even if he gets up in the air, his ability to finish, his ability to hang in the air and manipulate the body, he is able to put just about anything down if you let him get up near the rim. Knocks down the pair, cuts this deficit down to 12 for the Red Devils as they trail 114-102. That three from Williams, no good. And an over-the-back call right there on Anthony Zadare as Kobe White with the box out right there, had position. Zadare tried to go over the top, and that was a pretty obvious one. Jordan Dame looks to inbound, facing the pressure. Kobe White trying to go deep right there. They have to just lob that one in to Juergens. That one will be tipped out of bounds by Zadare. Got a tough shot to inbound to. He had basically 4 defenders on him with the trap, and then right in the corner of the baseline. They get it to Juergens, to Jalen Jose, and he cuts. He has room. He goes out. Bennington right there, just like we talked about. Looks like he got fouled, able to hang in the air. The ball control, lays that one in. Looks like he was around the world with that one, lays it in. And now a touch foul will be called on Jalen Jose, as it is 114-110 as Eureka is threatening to make this a single-digit deficit.
Man, that's a tough one there. They've swallowed their whistles on much more contact than that one.
The fresh 5 comes into the contest with 12:22 remaining, as now Johari Dix, the senior out of Chicago, will head to the free throw line. Tough roll right there, as that one will not fall for Dix, and the Red Devils get the rebound. Kobe White pulls up, thinks about the three-pointer. He will pull it down. The ball fake there. They get it back to Bennington. Bennington puts his head down, gets it to Juergens. Juergens with the reverse. Looked like a dangerous one there. Looked like Bennington might have had it on his own, but he dishes off to Juergens, and Juergens gets that one to fall. Now Young Jones right there, and a foul, an offensive foul right there on Marvin Bateman. And the Red Devils will be going the other way with it. Cutting this deficit down to 8. The Red Devils going on a run just when they need it. Again, the frustration just seems to be mounting for Greenville.
Yeah, and we saw this in the first half as well. Greenville get off to a wide lead, and then Eureka just slowly build a comeback.
Inbound's rare to find the open man on the inbound, as Kobe White was wide open right there, and they try to trap Dame right on the baseline. He's able to split the double team. Have to get this one across half court quickly, and they do to get to Jose. Back's banging in the corner. He goes cross court to Kobe White. That extra pass into the corner. Jordan Dame. That one just short. No good. Rebounded by Jalen Jose. He will dribble it out and reset the offense for the Red Devils. They swing right. The open three-point attempt. Knocks that one down. Kobe White makes this a 5-point game. The headband checks in and knocks it down for the Red Devils. And right there, looks like Williams might have gotten away with the travel as he dragged the back foot right there. Great defense by Jalen Jose. Forces that one to go up. The errant shot, no good. Rebounded here by Bateman. The intensity picking up as a tough defense here from the Red Devils. Bateman forces that one. Pulled down by Juergens. You see the bodies hit the floor as those guys were fighting for the rebound. And Juergens will head to the free throw line as the Red Devils are now in the bonus with 11 minutes. As you see, the crowd is on their feet. The excitement is mounting as the Red Devils are taking their run at this one. They know this is a game, it feels like the season is on the line, and this could be because it very may well be, as this team is fighting for their lives here as they are trying to get into the conference tournament. New 5 into the game for Greenville as Juergens will head to the free throw line. You can hear just the crowd excited on this one, the student section. People are excited. This is one of the more fun games to watch throughout the course of the season. It's now trailing 114, 109, 11, 08 here in the second half. The Red Devils, big stops right there, getting a couple stops back on that possession. Unfortunately, Juergens unable to knock down the and one. In the far corner, that three-point attempt, no good. Tipped around and eventually pulled down by Juergens as he is fouled once again. As Juergens will now head back to the free throw line once again as he is scrapping and fighting for every rebound down low. And this Red Devil team, they are never going to be the biggest team, but again, nobody is going to be more physical. These guys fight and play hard, especially here at home in the Reagan. A fun squad to watch.
Yeah, like you said, they're never going to be the biggest team, but if they weren't physical like they always are, they'd get blown out by teams. So they are really just doing what they have to do to survive.
Juergens head back to the free throw line, looks to make up for that miss on the last one-on-one opportunity. So we now see both teams in the bonus with over 10 minutes left in the contest.
Yeah, this is going to be a long one to the finish here with so many free throws.
Juergens knocks down the pair of free throws for the Red Devils, making this a one-possession game. You can feel the excitement as he will get a quick breather. See some fans on their feet as they know these guys are playing as hard as they can, playing their hearts out right now, fighting to get into this tournament. Jahari Dix guarded by Jalen Jose. He tries to find some space. He will get to the basket and put that one in with a chance at an and one opportunity. Nothing you can do there if you're Jalen Jose, as that was just a great finish. Jahari Dix, the quick first step, athletic guard, drove to the basket and came away with that one. So that free throw attempt, no good. Rebounded there by Dames. He gets it to Jalen Jose. They find Kobe White in the corner, thinks about it, passes it up. The extra pass in the corner to Bennington. Bennington's three-point attempt knocks that one down from the far corner. 116, 114 here as the Red Devils are getting hot at the right time. Jahari Dix, three-point attempt, long off the backboard, no good. Tipped, and a clear foul there by Dix, and no call. He saves that one somehow inside. That shot up, and the Greenville Panthers steal one there. Wade Edwards able to get that one.
How do you miss that foul? Kobe got absolutely clotheslined and no call.
As right there, Bennington tries to get to the basket, stripped away, and the Panthers here running, going, trying to stop the momentum. And Eric Williams drives to the basket, gets fouled, and will head to the line for a chance at another and one here for this Greenville Panther squad. So you can see how quickly the momentum can swing in this game. The Red Devils had it down to 3, back up to 6 here after what looks like a very clear and unfortunate no call. As like you mentioned, Kyle, Kobe White looked like he got hammered as Jahari Dix came in to steal that one away. But give him credit, when he saved that ball, threw it right back in, somehow found its way to Wade Edwards.
I think that would have been a foul or a penalty even in football, because that's a defenseless receiver call there.
As that free throw attempt will fall for Eric Williams, and now we see Don Hardaway Jr. checking into the game for Jalen Jose. They get the ball to Wiegand and right back to Dame. They find Hardaway Jr. and he is fouled right around, and he will now head to the free throw line. So we have just eclipsed the halfway point of the second half of action. We are up 10 minutes, 9:57 here. Eureka heads to the line, trailing by 7. Hardaway Jr. knocks down the first one. Two-possession game now for the Red Devils. Rolls around, in and out. because that one is the lead. Will stay at 6-4 Greenville. They bring it up. That shot goes up by Darrell Williams. No good. Rebounded by Jordan Dame. Looks like he was fouled, and again a no call. Get that one to the corner. Kobe White thinks about it. Double team, splits double team, finds DHA. Back to Jordan Dame. Puts that one up. Knocks that one down. Back to three here. 121-118 as the extra passes. This red double team playing some unselfish basketball, finding the open man. That three-point tap off the top of the backboard. Dakota Bennington flying down the court. He goes up. He is fouled hard from behind there as Josias Parker came up, as he knows Dakota Bennington was about to add another one to the highlight reel, as he was absolutely hammered. A dangerous play right there as he comes down from behind, and it looks like they will say that ball was blocked out of bounds rather than a foul.
Wow.
Not sure how there's a no call on that one. They get it right back into Bennington, and he looks like he is hammered again. They are letting him play here late in the second half as the foul started to rack up. This is getting incredibly physical.
You know, all you ask from a referee is to be consistent, and they haven't been at all this second half. They've been real touchy early on, and now they're just letting guys get absolutely rocked out here.
There's Jordan Dame, the dangerous pass all the way into the backcourt. The fresh shot clock as he finds Alex Egan. That one, unfortunately, just through his hands. Great look by Dame. Great pass there. Wiegand up in the air. That one just slips through his fingers. 121-118, 9-16 here in the contest. And that is an offensive foul on number 12, Isaiah Price.
Once again, they're going back to being touchy. This is really confusing these past couple minutes here.
Don Hardaway Jr., the tenacious defender, just force the frustration even when you don't have the ball. An off-ball defender that gets right up in your face and forces a lot of contact. And right there, he forces Greenville to commit the mental error. Take it down to Alex Wiegand, cross-court to Kobe White. Kobe pulls up. He gets to Wiegand. Wiegand will throw that one down, driving through the lane. This is a one-point ball game here as head coach Chip Wilde calls a timeout. The smart timeout right there is he saw Alex Wiegand throws that one down, but Greenville was going to answer with an easy basket. They were just going to throw that one down the court and get an easy two. Chip Wilde, great timeout call right there. Great game awareness. But Alex Wiegand providing the spark for the Red Devils as they dump it off. He comes trailing, flies through the lane, throws that one down, as this is an athletic man that will jump out of this gym. And he and Bennington are just putting on a show at the rim today. 121-120, 9:01. It seems like minutes ago we were talking about how this game was finally under 10 minutes at 9:57. See just how much goes on in one of these games, action-packed.
That was really 56 seconds ago? Holy cow.
Absolutely incredible here as we get the stat sheet after that Wiegand dunk. Kyle, break it down for us.
Well, of course, I've got to mention the absurd amount of shots that have gone up in this game. In just about 30 minutes of play, Greenville has put up 91 shot attempts, making 44 of them for 48.4% shooting percentage. We see Greenville's turnovers have gone up more than doubled than what they were the entire first half. That just shows good defense by Eureka, maybe rattling Greenville a little bit. So we'll see how this plays out the rest of the game.
We can see as the fouls started to pile up, the frustration mounting for Greenville as Williams attempts the long three, no good, tipped around and pulled down by Wiegand. Physically just goes through two defenders and pulls that one down. The Red Devils look to take the lead here. Dame stops. The floater just rattles out, but he gets his own rebound, goes back up at it. That one will rattle out as well, and Barry Nixon comes down with the rebound. Nixon flying down the floor. He goes coast to coast, no good, but tipped in by Eric Williams, trailing on the play. They get it to Kobe White. 3-on-2 for the Red Devils. They find Bennington. Bennington goes down low, catches the body, puts that one in with a chance to tie this game up at 123. Count the bucket. He will head to the line. Bennington putting on a show here for the folks at home, coming off of his back-to-back SLIAC Players of the Week awards. His third of the season came this past week after dropping 40 points in the last outing. He's about to put up 40 more today.
Yeah, well, he already has. He's at 40 right now with that made basket with over 8 minutes to go in this game. Just incredible. Could be on his way to another player of the week.
That one will rattle around the rim. No good. Greenville holds on to the 1-point lead. As Williams brings the ball up the floor, guarded by Wiegand. A long two. Ill-advised shot there from Greenville. Is that not typically a shot you want? This team, they're all about playing the percentages. The more three-pointers you put up, the higher chance you have of scoring points, or you go to the basket. They do not like putting up the mid-range twos, and right there, that one just missed everything. Fortunately enough, they are able to get the ball back. And a travel right there as Wiegand getting big down low, forcing another turnover, and again, Eureka gets the ball back, hoping to take the lead. 8:08 left here in the second half. The Red Devils are in the double bonus. Greenville is one foul away from the double bonus. As they get into Wiegand, the long pass to Bennington. Bennington makes a man miss, goes up, and lays that one in as the Red Devils are on top, 124-123. See, fresh five is coming to the scores table as Jahari Dix. That shot no good, but he will head to the free throw line for 3 free throw attempts. You can tell Don Hardaway with that one as it looked like there was minimal contact, but the referee apparently saw enough to blow the whistle right there, and Greenville looks to regain the lead at the free throw line.
Whoever's in the back has to come up. Okay.
As now Jahari Dix will head to the free throw line to attempt the first of 3 free throws. The first one rattles around, no good. Something that's amazing for putting up as many shots as they have. Greenville is shooting 44% from deep, 16 of 36. Just incredible. You would think, obviously, with that many shots, you're going to get a lot to fall, but shooting at that high of a percentage is still very impressive. This ball game is tied up at 124 apiece with 7 minutes and 52 seconds left. Dix knocks down 2 of the 3. Let's give Greenville a 1-point lead. Drew Barth back into the contest. Great passing we've seen from him so far as they find Bennington in the corner. Bennington puts up a 3. No good. Tipped around. Picked up by Wiegand. Hank Thomas drives to the lane. Puts up the free throw line jumper. Knocks it down. The Red Devils going back and forth. Trading the lead right now. Up 126-125. That deep 3 from Bateman, no good, but rebounded, stolen away by Don Hardaway Jr. He tries to save it, and it goes out of bounds. Greenville will get the ball back. Bateman to inbound for the Panthers as they go up top to Isaiah Price. He hesitates, tries to go down low. A little bit of an errant pass, but corralled by Josiah Parker. No good. Tipped out and picked up by Wiegand. Wiegand gets it to Bennington. 3-on-1 here. So Bennington will take it himself. He is fouled. Puts that one up. No good, but he will head to the free throw line for a chance at 2. The Red Devils certainly a dangerous unit on the floor running the fast break. It's Hank Thomas, one of the better passers you will see. Great. Oftentimes you see the no-look pass in lane. He'll go behind the back. He can thread the needle. And Bennington, of course, you can argue the most athletic guy on the floor, and I think he has shown you that multiple times tonight. Knocked down the extend this lead back to 2. .127, 125, 7-13 as Bennington steps to the line for a second free throw attempt. Rattles around, no good. Get the ball up to Josiah Parker. He stops, he drives through the lane, tries to go backdoor to Young Jones, no good. Rebounded by Bennington, and he just throws that one, no look, full court. And Hank Thomas lays it in with the foul. He will head to the line, a chance at an and 1. Dakota Bennington threw that one, spinning, no look, full length of the court to Hank Thomas, the smallest guy on the floor, puts that one in as he gets hammered. And he will head to the free throw line for the chance at a 3-point play. That was some Globetrotter stuff if I've ever seen it in this gym. Absolutely incredible. See quarterback Drew Barr talking to Dakota Bennington saying, hey, you might want to see you on the field next season.
I have no idea how he put that right on the spot. Like you said, spinning, no look, just unbelievable.
I don't know how he even knew Hank Thomas was going to be there. And it's not like he threw it up and Thomas ran it down. It was on the money, an absolute dime, as a three-pointer by Bateman cuts this lead to 2 to get it back up to Thomas quickly. Thomas dribbling in some trouble here. He gets it to Drew Barth. Drew Barth splits traffic, finds Bennington, gets it back to Barth. Barth goes up, lays that one in with the left. The backdoor cut from Barth. They find him wide open, and the Red Devils are back up by 4. Driving to the lane, an offensive foul as the Red Devils take a charge, and this gym erupts. As right now, this team is firing on all cylinders, all gas, no brakes right now as the team has all the momentum. This gym is going crazy. Greenville getting a fresh 5 into the game, and these guys are having fun with it right now.
Yeah, Bennington has over 40 points already, but I would argue the unsung hero of this game has without a doubt been Drew Barth. Just unbelievable on both sides. That charge here just completely changes this game.
Incredible job by Drew Barth. We talk about the plus minus. Just incredible for him on the floor. Something else to point out, we talk about Alex Wiegand down low scoring a lot. 10 for 10 from the field. He has the highest shooting percentage in the SLIAC. High percentage. He finishes at the rim. And Don Hardaway Jr., that one almost stripped away. Stolen by the Panthers. Drew Barth almost gets a hand in the lane. Jahari Dix gets to the rim. And a tough ticky-tack foul right there, as they will call that one on Hank Thomas, as Jahari Dix gets to the lane. With this style of play, you will see more and one opportunities than in any other game in the country, and it is just absolutely incredible to watch the back and forth right now.
I really just don't understand these officials throughout the game. They've been completely inconsistent. You see Dakota Bennington get smoked down at the rim. You see Kobe White get clotheslined. And then we also see, and it's been on both sides, and then we see a weak foul like that. It's just, I'd like him to be consistent.
See inbound from Barth. They get to Wiegand, back to Jalen Jose as he gets it to Barth. And they go cross court. So Red Devils up by 1 right now. They get it to Bennington looking to drive baseline. He will go far corner to Wiegand. Barth thinks about it. The no look there to Bennington. That one out of bounds on the Panthers. 6 minutes left in the contest. 132-131. Eureka holding on to the 1-point lead, fighting for their spot in the conference tournament. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Jalen Jose will inbound. To Wiegand. Wiegand trapped in the corner. He goes cross court to Barth. Barth thinks about the 3. They get it to Bennington, top of the key. Puts that jumper in for 2. Jahari Dix now guarded by Jalen Jose. He gets a screen from Williams, goes opposite screen, hits that ball to the far corner. And the three-pointer there from Anthony Zadare, as Drew Barth was in his face. Credit Zadare as he just knocks that down. Get to Hank Thomas. He goes over the top to Wiegand. Wiegand in the air, knocks that one down. The layup with contact. He will head to the free throw line for another chance at and 1. Alex Wiegand continuing to put on the clinic, talking about the shooting percentage. It's now 11 for 11 from the floor. As that one gets the home court roll right there. 137-134. Jahari Dix brings the ball up the floor for the Panthers, trying to get it all back himself as he will try to drive against Jalen Jose. He throws that one up. Again fouled. Again the basket will count, and he heads back to the line for a chance to tie this game up.
We've seen far too many times this game that on fouls, the and ones, they're putting in just enough contact that they can still get the shot up. We need to see them just take them out or just give them the 2 points, because you cannot keep having these 3-point plays.
Well, you can't afford, just like you mentioned, Kyle, either don't let him get the shot up or back off. Sometimes that jab set, a little hesitation, you can alter the shot without going up. A chance at a foul there as Jahari Dix steps to the free throw line looking to tie this game up. And he does just that with a high bounce off the rim.
I can't believe this game still has 5 minutes left. It feels like we've been playing forever.
So now Dame will inbound it to Alex Wiegand. He gets it back to Kobe White, just checking in off the bench. Gets it across half court. Gets it to Dame. The touch pass. The ball not hitting the floor there until they get it to Bennington. That one extra dribble underneath the basket. Puts that one in. Gets the lead right back for the Red Devils. As now that one tipped away by Wiegand. Wiegand in transition. He will go. Throws that one down with the man breathing down his neck. He felt the pressure. He skied and threw it down anyway. As Wiegand just flying around the athleticism here as Hank Thomas goes behind the back to Wiegand. Throws another one down back to back. And the Red Devils cannot be stopped as they are on fire. That shot, Bateman's three-point attempt, no good. But the foul there, they call it. They call it on Wiegand. They will say it is not on the shot, however. But with the double bonus, he will head to the free throw line for two. Eureka with the 6-point lead here. Just an absolutely incredible series of events here as Hank Thomas, you saw him check out. He knew Wiegand was coming right behind the back. Goes up, throws that one down. Back-to-back possessions for the Red Devils. As this is an exciting one to watch. You can make a top 10 out of plays just from this game. As Bateman knocks down the first free throw attempt. Bateman's second free throw attempt will fall for the Panthers. They get this one into Kobe White. Dangerous spot in the corner. He is able to dribble out of it. Comes flying up the floor. 4-on-3. They get it to Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas trying to find the open man. He finds Wiegand. Wiegand didn't know the defenders were off him. Missed opportunity there for the Red Devils. As they get it back to Wiegand, they get it to Hank Thomas. Hank Thomas from the top of the key. That three, no good. Tipped around, rebounded by Wiegand. They get out to Kobe White from the corner. No! And they get the ball into Drew Barth. That one tipped out of bounds. The Red Devils have the ball back under 3 minutes now. 2:57, 148, 143. They try to go over the top to Jordan Dame, and he will be fouled now by number 22, Daniel Saili. Austin Juergens now checking in from the scores table. To the free throw line now. Knocks down the first one, nothing but the bottom of the net. Jordan Dame knocks down both of the free throws as Eureka has now hit the 150 mark. Now Jahari Dix trying to drive to the basket, dishes that one off. Alex Wiegand pins him on the backboard, and the Red Devils are off and running. Juergens gets it cross court to Hank Thomas, a touch pass to Kobe White, puts up the three, just wrong, rebounded by the Panthers. Jahari Dix, a lot of space from the three-point line, knocks that one down. So look to inbound this one to Austin Juergens as Hank Thomas leaks out the backside, and he will go up, hang in midair. Looks like the defender got a piece of the backboard right there, but no call, and the Panthers are back as Aili puts up his shot, no good. That one tipped up, no good, rebounded now by the Red Devils. Hank Thomas running, he's just trying to go straight to the basket right there. Has to alter the shot, no good off the bottom of the backboard. Jahari Dix is back running the other way. Puts a move on Kobe White, and he hits the ground. And again, I don't mind that foul at all, as he was going right to the basket for an easy two. Got the foul, made sure couldn't go up with it. So we are now under 2 minutes in the contest, 150-146. Dakota Bennington at the scores table, set to check back in, currently sitting 39 points. Alex Wiegand with 30. Thomas with 25.
Yeah, it looks like those are the two leading scorers in the game. The highest scorer for Greenville is Bateman with 21.
Again, interesting to see the quiet 21, but again, scoring so spread out for the Greenville Panthers, you don't really keep track, and you lose oftentimes of who's scoring. As the first free throw will fall for Dix. Red Devils clinging to a three. Under 2 minutes, 150-147. Dix knocks down the pair, and now we'll check out as Josias Parker, last man of the five-man switch, comes on the floor. Inbound it to Jalen. Trapped in the corner. Dangerous pass. That one tipped away. Bennington able to corral. That one tips it to Hank Thomas. And Thomas dribbling through traffic, gets it to Wiegand. Wiegand goes up again with the baseline slam. Thomas doing a great job finding the open man. Wiegand stepping up, having one of the biggest games of his career. So now he comes down with that rebound. Off the missed shot, they get it back to him, and they get it into the hands of Jalen Jose. Pass it out to Dakota Bennington. They slow this one down just a bit, but Hank Thomas drives, drops, dumps that one off to Wiegand, lays that one in for two. Wiegand has not missed a shot tonight. That is absolutely incredible. Over 30 points, 100% shooting from the floor. Hank Thomas with the long rebound. We'll have to stat check that. Our sports information department is great when it comes to checking out stuff like that, but I would bet that that is some sort of NCAA record, as he has not missed a field goal attempt. And this gym is going crazy. The fans are on their feet. 154-148 with 1 minute left. Hank Thomas was fouled, bringing the ball up the floor, and he will head back to the free throw line. Hank Thomas knocks that one down. You can hear, even down by 7, one of the best free throw shooters in the conference looking to try to put you down by 8. Head coach of the Greenville Panthers, Dr. George Barber, just looked at the players coming off the bench and said, hey, we scored 9 in 12 seconds a week ago. They know this game, they are not out of it. The Red Devils right there, unfortunately, a rare miss, but that one, the mental error of the Panthers, that one goes off the hands of Barry Nixon, and the Red Devils will steal a possession here late in the game. Jose will inbound the ball to Dakota Bankton, and he is fouled there by number 12, Isaiah Price. The Red Devils right there stealing the possession as that one going off the hands of Barry Nixon. Just a mental mistake they cannot afford to have. As now the rare one-man substitution, as I believe that number 12, Isaiah Price, has fouled out of the contest for the Panthers. Bennington knocks down the first, making this an 8-point game. Make that a 9-point game as we are under a minute left. That ball is loose and eventually corralled by Jahari Dix. They're looking to trap. They're looking to force a lot of pressure here as Williams 3, no good. The long box out there by Bennington. That ball rolls out of bounds, and the Red Devils will get the ball back. It's Kobe White checking into the game. You can see the excitement on his Alex Wiegand heading to the bench as now looking to play the free throw game. You'll see the offensive-defensive switch here between Wiegand and Kobe White, trying to go to the free throw line as right there. Josias Parker jumped the passing lane right there, but tips it out of bounds. The Red Devils will get the ball back.
In a normal game here, up 9, you'd be comfortable here with less than a minute, but against this Greenville team, you got to keep your foot on the pedal.
As here you can see, they're just trying to trap, not even going for the foul. The Red Devils is trying to burn as much time as possible, and now he will eventually be fouled, and Bennington will head to the free throw line. As this place is absolutely electric. Bennington's first free throw attempt, no good. The fans are on their feet. This is the loudest it has been all season, as the Red Devils are fighting for their lives here. Their destiny is in their own hands as they look to win it, make it into the conference tournament. As he dunked there from Eric Williams, he comes coast to coast, throws that one down. A 7-point game with 27.7 seconds left. As the Red Devils here will get the ball back after the timeout. These fans are going nuts here. 157-150 as Eureka looks to hold on to the 7-point lead. You can't cash this one in just yet, however.
Now, I'd be careful with that goodbye chant too soon. Like you said, this team has scored 9 points in 12 seconds. That's just ridiculous. We got 27.7 here. Bro, Eureka's up 7. Obviously, you love being in this position, but you cannot take a second mentally off. You have to stick with it. Do exactly what you've been doing for the past, well, really the entire half.
And you saw Dakota Bennington there miss a pair of free throws. The Red Devils are going to get back to the free throw line here. You can avoid the pressure. They just have to keep the ball. You can't afford a turnover here. And Drew Barth has back. He will inbound. He has been the Red Devils' best.
Yeah, it gives them whatever they need to do. He can do it. If they need to throw it all the way down the court, they can with him.
As Jordan Dame tries to get that one across half court to Bennington. That one tipped out of bounds. You can tell Greenville still trying to trap immediately, still trying to force the quick turnover. And right there, you see Bennington just telling the guys, calm down, settle down, as we've got to close this one out. This is going to be the longest 22 seconds of the season. As he foul there by Eric Williams will send Hank Thomas to the free throw line. I don't know about you, Kyle, but for this being the last broadcast, I don't know if I could have asked for a better one. This might be the most exciting game I have had the honor of calling here in my time at Eureka College.
Yeah, unbelievable. You've been at it for the past 2 years, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the most exciting one. How are you feeling with your last game here being this caliber?
It's a bittersweet one. You love to see the game like this. Hate to see that it's the last one, but this team is on to some great things here as they look to close out the season and sneak into the conference tournament here. That three-point attempt will fall for Williams. 10 seconds left, down by 6. They inbound the ball to Hank Thomas, and he will be fouled. A couple of huge free throws here coming up for Hank Thomas.
Yeah, you got to have at least one here. At least one make here makes it a 3-possession game, and getting 3 possessions in 8.5 seconds. I wouldn't say it's impossible because you've said 9 points in 12 seconds is ridiculous, but they don't have that much time.
8.5 on the clock. Eureka with a 6-point cushion here as Hank Thomas heads to the free throw line, looking to knock down what could be the dagger. This will be a substitution. So I believe Eric Williams now is fouled out of the game for Greenville, and Keyshawn Young-Jones will check back in. Hank Thomas knocks down the first of this pair. That one rattles around and will fall. 8 points here, 8.5 seconds left. Coach Chip Wilde calls a timeout as this place is going crazy. The fans are on their feet. They know exactly what this team has just done. They have just knocked off the top team in the conference. They can hold on for the last 8.5 seconds here. This team knew what they had to do. They held the key to their own destiny here, looking to win out with a couple big games down the stretch. They have done just that as they beat Webster here at home. They beat Fontbonne, and now looking off the number 1 seed Greenville Panthers. This team's certainly exciting. Talked about when you see this team playing at their full potential, it is something absolutely incredible to watch. So now Nix brings the ball up, loses the ball. 3 seconds left. Forced to throw up one final shot. That will be the game as the Red Devils stay alive here as they fight for their spot in the SLIAC Conference Tournament with a big win at home. Perhaps the biggest of some of these seniors' 4-year careers. As they hold on, they stay alive. Absolutely incredible showing, 161-153. Couldn't have asked for a better game to end the broadcasting career. Just an absolutely incredible finish. I know you were shaking here, Kyle. I had some jitters. This was a fun one to watch. Absolutely incredible. We will get you the stats on the website live. Check out the post-game write-up. You will want to check out the Eureka Red Devils Twitter, as well as I'm sure there will be plenty of video highlights from this game. Absolutely incredible, fun one to watch. Kyle, with this being your last game, anything you want to say?
No, it's been fun. Capped off with a great game here. I've had fun all season between the women and the men. What a season.
Yeah, this was just an incredible one to watch. Great honor to broadcast these guys. As you see, the fight that these guys had, the heart, was just unreal. The way they finished this one out was a great game. And you see the respect by the players here on the court, as these guys know they just played in one hard-fought basketball game. These are the games you live for as a college basketball player. It's certainly a fun one to watch. Thank you to everyone who's listened to us throughout the football season and basketball season. I'm Thomas Harrison. Alongside me is Kyle Cashdollar, signing off.
Good night.